My name is Barbie the Welder and I'm a full-time metal sculptor. So today I'm going to show you guys how to very easily make this awesome Fisherman sculpture using only silverware. The tools we need to make the Fisherman are you're going to need a cutoff wheel, you're going to need a bench vise or some kind of clamp that's going to clamp pieces down that you're going to need to cut, and you're going to need a drill press or a drill. The materials you're going to need for this project are 3 large spoons and 2 large forks. You're also going to need 3 small forks and 3 small spoons. The larger silverware is going to make up the body of your Fisherman. The smaller ones are going to make up the fish. And you're also going to need a butter knife to make the fishing pole. Now with the fish you can get creative. The way I do it is, and I like to have a variety of different fish, but for the most part I use the head of the spoon or the head of a spoon or the first half, the buttering part of the knife, and that makes up the body of the fish. And it's fun to have a variety. You don't always catch the same fish when you go fishing. So for the tails of the fish, I use the back of a fork, and I can cut the tines off and cut this piece off, so this will make the tails. So ultimately, what it's going to look like is that. And you can also, if you want to be super creative, cut like the middle tines of the fork off, and you're going to have these 2 pieces and you can kind of wave them. And that gives you kind of like an angel fish. It gives you like a wavy fins. So it is, that part there we're going to get a little bit creative on. So our first step is we're going to take 2 of the large spoons and we're going to bend them into the legs. What we're going to do is we're going to take and we're going to clamp them in the vise right up to the very base of the spoon. And we're going to take and bend the spoon up like this, so it is going to give us a foot and a leg. So now that we've got our legs and feet bent up and ready, our next step is going to be the arms and hands. And that's going to be done in 2 parts. The first part is we're going to bend the hands in, and when I say hands, the tines of the fork are fingers. So we're going to bend our hands in first, and then we're going to take and we're going to bend our arms afterward, and we're going to bend them so not just they're bent in half, but they're in and up. So it will be bend in, and then we're going to pull them up. And we have to keep in mind left and right as we're doing this, because you don't want to have your arms like this. We don't want to dance, or we want to fisherman. Alright, now we got our little hands done. And what this is it's going to tentatively get them in the position that we need them in. What's going to happen is we're going to balance everything on the feet, and we have to think about that there is going to be a lot of weight for the fishing pole and for the fish in the front. So we just have to make sure that one, it's set up so that like they're holding the fish and the fishing pole right, and that it looks good. So this will get us close, and we might have to adjust it later on, but that we're set on for now. We're going to set that aside. And now we're going to work on the fish. So I want you to decide what pieces are going to be the body for the fish and how you want the tail. So for me, I'm going to use this larger one. This is a fun one for me. I'm going to use 2 of the smaller spoons. Whatever piece that you're going to use for the fish. So if it's a spoon, you're going to cut the spoon right here, like right at the base. And you're going to do the same thing with whatever piece is going to be your tail. You're going to take and you're going to cut it right at the base. If you want to just have like none of the like frilly things, cut them all off. If you like the idea of having just the outside, making it kind of more like an angelfish, just cut off the 2 center pieces. So go ahead and cut 3 tails and 3 bodies for your fish. So here's a really cool trick. Details are really important when you're making art, and by adding a very simple little cut like this and cutting that V out of each of the backs of the forks, we're going to give those fish a lot more detail just by a very simple little trick like this. Each of the fish and the fishing pole are going to need to have a hole drilled in them, and that's what's going to allow us to hang them up and have them like on a fishing line and have it look realistic. So go ahead and mark each one with a little spot, and then you're going to take a hammer and a prick punch in there somewhere, and you're going to mark them. And then you're going to use the small drill bit with the drill press or your drill, and you're going to drill out those 4 holes. All right, now that we got all our pieces ready, it's finally time to weld. Our first step is going to be to weld the legs to each other. And the idea here is to get them so that they balance and stand up before you do anything else to them. You want to just get them standing up, and I just hold them flat. And I put a nice tack weld on his butt cheeks, hold them together. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Alright, the next step is to take the legs and weld the body onto it. The way it's done is this is on the front, and I just lay it right over the edge of the bench. And we'll give it a couple of tack welds where the 2 pieces meet. Alright. So as we're going, we're going to have to work on balancing it out, and that'll just come as we weld each piece on. So your arms will be next, and make sure left is on the left side and the right's on the right side. So this part's a little bit trickier because you have to you want to watch how it's angled so that you think about how you would hold a fishing pole. I put the fishing pole on the left side. So you just think about how you're going to angle it. You get it lined up, and then it might help, I have a piece here, to put a weight on the front, which will allow you to kind of play with this a little bit. Hold it up, get everything organized, get it lined up. Now for me, I want the fishing pole to lean forward just a little bit so that when the fish are hanging off of it, the fish hang off of it instead of like laying back against it. It'll make sense as you go. So think about this. So here's his fishing pole. If you've got it straight up and down like this, your fish are going to lay right like this. So you're going to want it tilted forward. If I turn this sideways, you're going to want it tilted forward like this, and maybe off to the side a little bit. You want to be able to see his face. It's like this. And so like when we hang the fish off of it, it's going to be hanging down here. Come on, baby. Work with me. So by holding the fishing pole in his hand, it will help me get an idea of where it's going to be. And again, it'll just be a tack weld where the 2 pieces touch. And now this is not flush against the back here. I've got it at an angle. I don't know if you can see it from where I got it, but I've got it at an angle, and we're just going to go and send some little tack weld right there. Alright, now we're going to tack weld on the right arm. And this one's going to be holding up a stringer of fish. So think about about where he would be. You'd want to hold it up nice and high because he's really proud. or she. I fish. So just hold that where we want it. I think that looks like a really great spot. And I'm just holding it to the back, the same thing, and I'm going to tack weld it on where the two touch. Alright, I like that. I think it looks good. So I'm going to put another couple of tacks, like not have to even weld, but just put it together with the tacks. Where's it going? Nowhere. Alright, next up is the fishing pole. And this is, just remember you want that angle on the side. You want it to be forward so that when the line from the fishing pole hangs down, that it's going to hang down and not back. If you've got it up like this, the line's going to hang down and hit your fish on the fishing pole. So same thing, get it leaning the way you want. And then all you're going to do is throw a couple of tack welds. And you want to be careful because the fingers, like the tines in a fork, are thin. So you don't want, I need a new MIG, time to make a new MIG MIG Welder holder. So just do a couple of small tacks. You can do like one up here and then one down on the bottom. That'll get you set up so it won't go anywhere. And we're going to pop one down here at the bottom. Alright, now we talked about balance. Big bucks, no whammies, let's see. I'll be damned. And it's never that easy. Usually I might have to play around with the feet. I might have to lean him forward a little bit more or backwards now, but we also have fish to make, and the fish is going to add more weight up front here. So we'll see how it goes. So the idea is just, we might have to play around with it. So I'm going to set him aside for now, and it's time to make the fish. All your pieces should be ready, and all you're going to do, very simply, is pick a tail and a body, and you're just going to lap them, and you're going to put a tack weld on the back and a tack weld on the front. Not easy. There is one fish. So get all your fish welded up. Alright, now that you've got your fisherman welded up, you've got your fish welded up, it's time to put the two pieces together. That's where this comes in. And hopefully, if you're TIG welding, you can use TIG wire. All this is 030 MIG wire. Run it out, cut it off, and you can adjust the length. You want a little bit longer, a little bit shorter. All you're going to do is take it, put your little fish on there, and we're just going to give it a little twist to keep it on there. Cut off so it's not sharp. That was me protecting my eyes. Pretty professional. Don't try this at home. So you've got the one fish. He's going to go over here on the fishing pole, and you have to watch, keep an eye on how, if I want this part out, make sure this part's out and you can twist it, but it's easier. Let's see. I'm going to do this without too much fighting. Let's do the same thing on this side. Do a twist. Now you have, see now how he's starting to lean a little bit that way? Put him on this side and see, we're going to add some weight over here, so we'll see how it goes. We might have to play around again with the feet to get them balanced. Alright, Same thing, you want to get the other two fish. These, you're just going to give them each their own line, and then we're going to hook the line over his hand. If you love the video and you want more, go ahead and hit like on it and subscribe to my channel. I'm working hard to put up 2 videos a week. On Mondays and on Thursdays, I'll have new how-to videos for more sculptures like these. So also check me out on social media, on Facebook and Instagram and LinkedIn also. And check out my website, BarbieTheWelder.com, for all kinds of cool projects that I've already made and for some really great sculptures that are one of a kind. Thank you guys very much. Have a great day and happy welding.